Konnichiwa, and welcome to Tsuki no Ame, where we try Japanese sweets and treats. Today we have two treats to try from Sakura. So this is the Custard Pan, pan being Japanese for bread. So this is supposed to be kind of they're not telling me whether or not the bread itself is sweet, but I imagine it kind of is a bit on the sweeter side since it does have a custard filling. They do make kind of interesting breads like this a lot over there. I am really excited about this. I love bread. I love when they send us the baked treats. I am super excited. This is going to be awesome. I'm also looking forward to, this is the Michinoku Miruru. So according to, this is one of those moments where what's in the culture guide and what's on the custom sheet is different. Because on the custom sheet they called it a manju cake, but in this they're saying it's a manju-like pastry. So I'm not entirely sure what to expect. Manju is, of course, a steamed cake. So this is, I guess, is going to be similar too, but I guess mirurus are different. I'm not entirely sure what to expect. I am excited for it. It doesn't look like it's been flavored in particular because they call out the milk and the butter in it as opposed to anything else. So I'm expecting that this is one of those where we're going to get a good idea of what kind of the baseline miruru is like, which I'm kind of excited. I have never tried one before, not that I'm aware of, so I'm really excited about this. I think this is going to be great. So with that in mind, let's get started. Itadakimasu. All right. You know what? There are some moments where you just know it's just going to be easier to cut off the entire side. Oh, it smells so good. It smells amazing. What's kind of interesting, I don't know, it's kind of reminding me of a cross between the feel of like a hot dog bun or those Hawaiian sweet rolls. Just to the touch. I am really excited for this. This is going to be awesome. It's kind of interesting. Mine in particular is doing something that it's not doing in the culture guide. You can actually see it's kind of opened up and separated, which I'm kind of okay with because it's, from what I can see, I think mine actually might have more custard in it than the one pictured in the guidebook. It is, the bread itself is not quite as sweet as I was kind of hoping, but the custard is super sweet, so they kind of balance each other out pretty well. The bread does not have a ton of flavor, but the custard itself, really rich, good, eggy, sweet. It's honestly pretty good. It really is. The custard is definitely the star of it. It is really tasty. It's not bad. If you're somebody who hasn't tried, if you're kind of nervous about trying the different breads and the different baked goods that they do, might not be a bad introduction. So moving on to our Michinoku Miruru. Yeah, I have already cracked out the scissors for this one. It's a bit of a challenge breaking into these every time because I want to damage the packaging as little as possible, just because the packaging, like, there's so much detail into it. I want to damage it as little as possible. Okay. The outside of this is kind of giving me some similar feel to this, to the bread, but it's definitely a lot denser, a lot thicker. It feels heavier in the hand. it's kind of interesting. If that is a good example of what a Mururu is, then please, Sakura send us more. Because so that one was just sweet the minute I hit the minute it hit my tongue, and then the inside of it, its texture is so creamy that it's almost like another custard. It is crazy. It's kind of texturally like a cross between a custard and a very, very smooth bean paste. It is extremely sweet. It's more like the outside has just been cooked so that it's firm enough to hold its shape more than anything, because the inside is just so smooth and more custard like than anything else. It is rich and creamy. I definitely was getting all like the milky, buttery, sweet flavors. That is so, so good. I think it's the better of the two. They're both, I like them both, but that is just amazing. If you have the chance to try this, you absolutely should. I am serious. I kind of, please, please send more flavors. Please, I will gladly try them all. Gochiso-sama, this is one of those episodes. So to recap, we did the custard pan, which was pretty good. The bread was light and fluffy, not a ton of sweet or flavor to the bread itself, but the custard was so rich and sweet that it was kind of almost a good thing. Really, really good. I'm going to enjoy finishing this. I'm going to finish this as soon as I finish recording. We also did our Michinoku Miruru, which is also not going to be surviving much longer, which very, very dense. Inside is so creamy that it is more like a custard. It's more like they took like some sort of thick custard and then cooked it just long enough to get the outside firm enough and set enough to hold its shape. It is so, so good. Very rich. You cannot have a ton of it all at once. I am so glad. I'm so glad that I got to try that. That was really, really good. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my shirt, the link for that is down in the description below. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Johnny.